Hello. Okay, I feel like we need a proper debrief. It's been a while. So much has happened in the past like 6 months of my life. And I feel like I owe you guys a catch up, but I also kind of just want to sit down, be real for a sec and have a conversation because I feel like I've grown a lot. So much has changed. I've moved countries, and yes, I know all the questions that everyone has been asking. So without further ado, we're gonna dive straight into it. Okay, I have a couple notes on my phone, so if you see me looking over here, that's why. And I also have a lot of questions that you guys have asked me that I'm gonna be answering in this video, so it's kind of just a mix and match. First, we're gonna talk about moving from the United States to the United Kingdom. Because wow, if I'm being completely honest, I really underestimated how much of a change it was going to be, not only to not only completely move countries, but also to kind of shift to being so independent and so far from home. I feel like the first few weeks were definitely the hardest. There was so many adjustments, new cultures, new experiences, new people, of like new home, a new environment. It was kind of like a culture shock, but to say that it was a culture shock, I'd say is like an understatement. But I feel like this change has been so good to me, and I feel like I have become so much more independent. I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok video where I talked about why I moved, but I feel like I wanted to stay back at home so bad because I just love being like at home and having my mom there and my family, and obviously that's great, and obviously I miss my family and my friends so much, but I also felt like I needed this change to be independent, to do more things for me, to focus more on myself, like all these things that I just felt like I wasn't able to do back at home because it was so easy for me to not do them. Okay, now we're gonna answer some questions. Somebody asked me what the hardest part about moving was. I think the hardest part about moving was definitely leaving my friends and family behind. I love them so dearly, and it was like very much difficult. I really miss the food. I really miss the grocery stores back at home. The food here is so different. I feel like everything goes bad so much quicker, and they lack a lot of stuff that I thought was kind of worldwide. And I'm not trying to sound like, what is the word? Like cold foam. And obviously there's no red 40, like so many things that are just so different that I didn't expect. So it's definitely been an adjustment, but I really do miss Chipotle and Chick-fil-A. And I know there's a Chipotle in the UK, but not where I am. Target, like, I miss so many things. But honestly, the place where I'm at really surprised me because people here are so friendly and I feel so safe and so at home. There's been a few homesick moments, and there's definitely gonna be a lot more homesick like moments, but I feel like that's just part of like moving, becoming more independent and growing. That's just like part of the process. So overall, I feel like I'm finally finding my rhythm here, and I've been really enjoying my time here. Obviously, I'm super excited to like go back home for the holidays and stuff like that, but I'm really enjoying my time here. The real reason behind why I moved, I talked about this in a TikTok video, but to kind of dive into it a little bit deeper. So back at home, I feel like I went through so many things that I just wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. A lot of things that I have not really shed light on or brought to social media because they're very personal things, personal topics. But being in an environment where I experienced these things, these situations, made me feel really unhappy constantly. Even if I went to therapy, even if I healed, even if I like completely changed my routines, my habits, myself, like I still felt so unhappy and so stuck because everywhere I looked there was a memory of something just terrible that had happened, or I saw something that reminded me of something. And when I tell you guys I needed a like fresh new environment, like just like some fresh air, I wanted to get as far away from home as possible. And when I realized that, I decided to come here, and I don't regret it. I feel like it was the best decision for me ultimately, especially for my mental health, because I felt like I wasn't reaching my full potential even if I wanted to, because I was in the same environment that hurt me, and I am like a true believer that you can't heal in the same environment that you were hurt in. Okay, now we're gonna get into the juicy questions, if you will. The question that everyone has been asking for the past couple months. Yes, I do have a boyfriend. I do indeed have a boyfriend. I know for a while I didn't confirm nor deny anything, and that was very intentional. Honestly, I just wanted to protect something that was really special to me, and I feel like social media is so quick to ruin so many different things. I feel like I have been on both sides of like having a super private like relationship and having a super like public social media like in your face, not even relationship, just like friendships and all this stuff. And I feel like I just didn't want everyone's opinions. I feel like when you put something out so publicly on social media, you kind of open this door for so many people to give their opinions on your life and your relationships and who you're friends with and your choices and all this stuff. I just wanted to keep it more private because I don't want that. And I share so much of my life online. I share my routines, I share my habits, I share my thoughts, my advice, and I love doing that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love doing that. But I feel like some things do just feel better when they're just for you and yourself and you can share that with another person. I didn't want people analyzing every little thing about my relationship or giving me their unsolicited opinions and advice and all this stuff. It's not about hiding anything from you guys. It's just about protecting my privacy, protecting my peace. That doesn't mean that I'll never share things with you guys, because I definitely will, but I'm gonna do it on my terms, on my own time, not when social media is like pressuring me to. So when did we meet? We actually met a year ago. The story is really complicated, really lengthy, really long, but if you want to know the whole story, I am going to be making a TikTok video, so TikTok is linked down below. A lot of people did suspect that I have a boyfriend, so I have gotten a couple of comments asking if me and my boyfriend are doing long distance and how that's going. And yes, we are doing long distance. And if I'm keeping it honest, I'm keeping it real, I do feel like it is very difficult to balance everything that I have going on, because I do work out literally every single day. I go to the gym. I do content, and then obviously I'm at university, so I'm studying, I'm doing work, I have homework, and I'm trying to stay connected with my friends and family. And then apart from that, I have a relationship. So I will say, yes, it's a lot to balance. Yes, it's a lot to kind of figure out, but I do think that if the two of you are committed and the two of you are willing to make it work, it will work. If anything, I feel like it's taught me so much about boundaries and about communication, and I think that's amazing. And if I'm being honest and I'm being real, he's honestly my safe place, and I love that so much, and I can't wait to see him again. I'm actually about to cry. It's definitely hard not seeing someone that you used to see every day for like these long periods of time, but I think it's worth it. So give me a minute to like get it together. So yes, I know people have a lot of questions about my relationship, and I know a lot of people have been wondering if I have a boyfriend, so that's that. It just felt really good to have something that was less online. I think moving away, starting fresh, being in a relationship, focusing on myself, all of it has taught me so much, and I feel like I've also grown so much as a person. I think this was the best choice for me. I'm content with my choice. I do not regret it. I think I'm a completely different person than I was 6-8 months ago. If you told me 6 months ago, like, hey, you actually moved countries and you're doing this and you're doing that and you got these friends, and I just would not believe you, because I feel like, yeah, like 8 months ago I was so unhappy with my life, with myself. Like, it was just such a different period of time, and the fact that like I have managed to achieve this happiness and gain these connections is so nerve-wracking and amazing to me. I feel like privacy is peace. You don't need to overshare everything online to make connections, or even just in real life. You don't need to talk about everything with everyone. You need to always put yourself first and protect your inner peace above all else. And this is coming from someone who, yes, I do think that I've overshared a lot to the wrong people online, on social media. Like, I feel like I've lived that, I've been in that, and I'm just here to tell you, you don't need to do that to build genuine connections. Okay, we're gonna answer more of your business questions now. I wanna know if you and your boyfriend are still together, how is long distance, and how did you decide to do long distance? I feel like we decided very early in the relationship that we wanted to do long distance, because we met at a very awkward time where everyone kind of already knew where they wanted to go, and so we had to establish that very early on into the relationship and kind of communicate that, just to prevent feelings getting hurt. We had a conversation about it, we sat down, we talked about it. Ultimately, we came to the decision that we want to stay together no matter where I went, because at the time I didn't know if I was going to stay within like the United States or if I was going to leave. Yeah. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys have any other questions, literally anything at all, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section so I can answer them for you guys. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm super glad that we got to sit down, debrief, chat it all out. I love you guys. Bye.